I go for refuge until I'm enlightened to Buddha, the Dhamma, the Sangha. By my accumulations through practice of giving and so forth, may I become a Buddha to benefit sentient beings. I go for refuge until I'm enlightened to the Buddha, the Dhamma, the Sangha. By my accumulations through practice of giving and so forth, may I become a Buddha to benefit sentient beings. I go for refuge until I'm enlightened to the Buddha, the Dhamma, the Sangha. By my accumulations through practice of giving and so forth, may I become a Buddha to benefit sentient beings. Sanje juda zoge jo namla chancho pardo dane gyapsoch dage jinso yebe so namge dola penjir sanje ju barayisho Sanje juda zoge cho nam chancho pardo dane gyapsoch dage jinso kebe so nam dola penjir sanje ju barayisho Sanje juda zoge cho nam Chancho bardo dane gyapsu che dage jinso kebe sonam tola benjir sanje rubare shum. Om ye dharma hetu prabhavam hetum te sham dathagato yavatat Esham chayo nirodha evam vate mahashramanaye svaha Om ye dharma hetu prabhavam hetum te sham dathagato yavatat Esham chayo nirodha evam vate mahashramanaye svaha Om ye dharma hetu prabhavam hetum te sham dathagato yavatat Tesham chayo nirodha evam vate mahashramanaye svaha Om ye dharma hetu prabhavam hetum tesham dathagato yavatat Tesham chayo nirodha evam vad swaha. All phenomena arise from causes. The causes are taught by the Tathagata. The cessation causes as well as taught by the Deyata Om Gate Gate Paragate Parasamgate Bodhiswatyata Om Gate Gate Paragate Parasamgate Bodhiswatyata Om Gate Gate Paragate Parasamgate Bodhiswatyata Om Gate Gate Paragate Parasamgate Bodhiswaha. Okay, today we'll read the three principal aspects of the path. Which page is it? Wow. How do you know that? Wow, this is amazing. Page 78. Page 78. Seems like this is your spirit text. I can see that. Okay. The three principal aspects of the path. I'm going to again remind you very quickly. There are 3 points. Finally, to extract the greatest meaning out of life is to reflect on these 3 points, to cultivate yourself, ourselves, and these 3 points. What are they? 3 principal parts. What are they? Renunciation, Bodhichitta, and the perfect, and the wisdom of them is 3. And each one of them here, how these 3 taught by the author here, Lama Tsongkhapa, how Lama Tsongkhapa taught these 3 is in a very succinct form, in ways that each one of them are taught are the 3, say the main points. 1, why to cultivate renunciation? Why? Number 2, how to cultivate renunciation. Number 3, the measure of having cultivated a renunciation. So the 3 points. Why? The first one is why, meaning that I'm looking for. We are all looking for, say, to stay away from miseries. If we want to stay away from miseries, we have to identify the cause of the miseries and get away from this, the cause of miseries. So the renunciation, why to cultivate the renunciation? The renunciation is a means to be freed from suffering, to renounce the suffering. So therefore, renunciation has to be cultivated, because that we don't want suffering, and we want to be freed from suffering. For that matter, we have to generate renunciation. And some of you may be aware that if somebody would ask you what is the summary of Buddhism, what is the summary, the essence of the Buddha's teachings? What is the essence of Buddha's teachings? The Buddha taught in one verse, commit no evils. Commit no evils. Accumulate as great wealth of virtues as possible. Commit no evils. Accumulate as great wealth of virtues as possible. Tame your mind. This is the teaching of the Buddha. So there, what we are learning here, 3 principal aspects of the path, and what the Buddha summarized of all these teachings, 84,000 teachings that the Buddha gave, all can be summarized in this particular one verse. So, the first one, which said, commit no evils. Why? Because you don't want suffering. You don't want suffering. The cause of suffering is to be abandoned. The cause of suffering is the evil. Engaging in evil doings, engaging in evil activities, engaging in negative karmas. These are the causes of your suffering. So renounce the evil. And the root of evil is the self-grasping, ignorance, and self-centered attitude. Renounce that. The first one, commit no evils. Then number 2. Number 2 is bodhicitta. Accumulate as great wealth of virtues as possible. Not only that you don't want miseries, you want the maximum happiness. And the happiness is a result of virtues. So if you want the maximum happiness, go for the maximum virtues. So number 2, accumulate as great wealth of virtues. So in real life, as to what we learned thus far, we see that what helps us to accumulate so much of virtue is compassion, bodhicitta. Where you have bodhicitta, every moment you accumulate virtues. Even in sleep, you accumulate virtues. So you just go there and appreciate the beauty of the Tushita here. You will accumulate virtues. And this beauty is beautiful landscape, beautiful, the vegetations, the plants, the trees, fresh air. You see the beauty. You offer this to all Buddhas and Bodhisattvas. You offer this to all the sentient beings who have to live in very barren land. Barren, hot, no water, no fresh air. Just offer this, offer this to all Buddhas, Bodhisattvas, and sentient beings. It's all coming out of your compassion. So, the accumulate to have the maximum happiness which you want is a result of maximum virtues, and the maximum virtues is because of bodhicitta. So the Buddha taught, accumulate as great wealth of virtues as possible. Accumulate as great wealth of virtues as possible. So that is the practice of bodhicitta. Number 2. What's the third line? And what is that? Tame your mind. Tame your mind. Tame your mind. Okay, so the first two. The first line taught what? Renunciation. Second line taught bodhicitta. So these two, you know that, and these two are in the form of aspirations. What is renunciation? May I be freed from suffering and the cause of the suffering. This is renunciation. May. May means aspiration. You agree? May is aspiration. You agree? Likewise, what is bodhicitta? May I become Buddha for the benefit of all sentient beings. Let me repeat it. What is bodhicitta? May, the desire which wishes, may I become Buddha for the benefit of all sentient beings. This is bodhicitta. And again, we see that again it involves may. Again, it's aspiration. So, renunciation and bodhicitta both have the element of aspiration. Because it's aspiration, and you need to fulfill this aspiration. You need to materialize this aspiration. How to materialize aspiration? Hey, anyone? How to materialize this aspiration? May I become Buddha for the benefit of all sentient beings. Okay, by the first, the Anish. Okay, what Anish said is, wisdom is anybody. I'm not that intelligent, right? Anish is very smart. He jumps right to the deep, right? So anyone, how to fulfill these two aspirations? May I become Buddha for the benefit of all sentient beings. Anyone? Yes, over there.
Get the feeling, what is it to be a Buddha? When you have the feeling, what is to be a Buddha, you can go there.
Good. Anyone? Yes, the Andrew.
Tame your mind thoroughly.
Tame your mind. This is what I'm saying. So the same. What should we do? Anyone? May I become Buddha for the benefit of all sentient beings. What should we do? Yamuna. Perfected your own understanding of wisdom of emptiness. Okay, anyone else? Okay, Rishi. If nothing works, then we have to turn to men. Right? Okay, yes, Rishi.
Cultivate the knowledge of impermanence to to generate renunciation, and to use the two methods for cultivating bodhicitta. Yeah.
Okay,
Equalizing,
good.
yeah.
Okay, good. Anyone else? What do we do to fulfill these two aspirations? Okay, Nadia. Okay, in other words, the same thing, the wisdom in the form of study, reflection, meditation. Anyone else? The lady over there. The lady over there. Say it again. Say it again.
Нам необходимо устранить неведение, цепляющее за «я». Тонкие и грубые завесы.
Very good. Okay. Thank you. Thank you. Okay, all the answers correct. But what I'm looking for is that may I become Buddha. Buddha is already there within us in the form of Buddha nature. It is within us. The gold is already there. You don't look for gold. You gonna guess? What should we do? What should we do? Huh? What should we do over the J? Consistent practice. What should I practice? Practice billiard. Okay, 2 bodhicittas and keep depositing positive karmas. right? Okay, let's turn to men. Okay, Mike.
Remove the mental defilements.
Perfect. The goal is within us. Remove the dirt. You don't have to do anything. You're getting it. All what you said is correct. What I'm looking for is just the immediate answer. Immediate answer. So remove the metal dirt. The gold is there. Gold mixed with the mud, right? And when you are saying that, may I become Buddha, meaning that may the gold inside become pure, right? To make the gold pure, what should we do? Remove the dirt. Remove the dirt. Remove the mental defilements. And that the lady over there, what is her name? The lady over there also said it. Remove the two defilements. You're getting it? Remove the mental defilements. The next question, how to remove the mental defilements? Then we have to, the first gross to the subtle. Remove the contaminated karmas. Remove the afflictions. Then, remove the gross afflictions. Then, remove the inappropriate attention. Then finally, the panacea to remove all the mental defilements is the wisdom of emptiness. All the answers that you gave, like starting from Anish, is to just touch the root, right? All the answers are correct, but we have to know these steps. Good. We have to remove the mental defilements. How to remove the defilements? Finally, the final panacea to remove all the defilements is the wisdom of emptiness. So when the third line says, what is the third line? Tame your mind. Tame your mind to see the reality as it is. To see the reality. Wake up from the sleep of ignorance. Then all the mental agitation in the sleep, the dream will stop. All your miseries will stop. Mental agitations will all stop. You're getting it? Tame your mind. This is the wisdom of emptiness. So, what are the three principal paths? Renunciation, bodhicitta, and the wisdom of emptiness. Commit no evils. That is a teaching on renunciation. Accumulate as great wealth of virtues as possible. This is teaching on bodhicitta. Tame your mind. This is a teaching on wisdom of emptiness. This is the teaching of the Buddha. You're getting it? Beautiful. So just one verse encompasses all the teachings of the Buddha. Commit no evils. Accumulate as great wealth of virtues as possible. Tame your mind. This is the teaching of the Buddha. Okay. So reading the three principal aspects path here, each of these three paths they are taught are the three main points. Why to cultivate renunciation? How to cultivate renunciation? What is the measure of having cultivated renunciation when you practice it? Likewise, 3 points for the wisdom of bodhicitta, 3 points for the wisdom of emptiness. So, if possible, during the break time or even during the group discussion, and otherwise as well after the retreat. Tomorrow we'll end the retreat, and then from there to tomorrow you can just go through this and identify these 3 points for each of these principal paths. Okay, let's read this. It's self-explanatory, and this very, very succinct, extremely powerful. And within just short span of time, we see that you get a very complete, comprehensive picture of what you should be doing in your life to give a meaning to your life. Okay. Now, 3 principles was a path by Lama Tsongkhapa. I bow down to the Venerable Lamas. As well as I'm able, I will explain the essence of the teachings of the Buddha, the path praised by the conqueror's children, entrance for those who desire liberation. Listen with a clear mind, you fortunate ones who are not attached to the joys of cyclic existence. Strive to make good use of leisure and opportunity, and direct your minds to the path that pleases the Buddhas. Without pure renunciation, an end to attraction for the pleasures of cyclic existence is unattainable. The craving for existence also binds beings. Thus, from the outset, seek renunciation. Reverse attraction to this life by but reflect on how leisure and opportunity are difficult to find and how life is ephemeral and without span. Reverse attraction to future lives, but repeatedly think of the infallibility of karma and its effects and the miseries of samsara. Contemplating thus, when for an instant you do not admire the splendors of cyclic existence and remain intent on liberation day and night, renunciation is born in you then. Renunciation, if not tempered by pure mind of bodhicitta, however, will not bring forth the perfect bliss of unsurpassed enlightenment. Therefore, the wise ones generate the excellent mind of bodhicitta, swept up in the current of the four powerful rivers, tied by strong bonds of karma, so undo, how to undo, caught in the iron net of self-grasping, completely enveloped by the darkness of ignorance, born and reborn in boundless cyclic existence, ceaselessly tormented by the three miseries, thinking of your mothers in this condition, generate the supreme mind of bodhicitta. Although you train in renunciation and the mind of bodhicitta, without wisdom that realizes ultimate reality, you cannot cut the root of cyclic existence. Therefore, strive to understand dependent arising. One who sees the infallible cause and effect of all phenomena in samsara and nirvana and destroys all the focuses of apprehension has entered the path which pleases the Buddhas. Appearances are infallible dependent arising. Emptiness is understanding that is free of assertions. As long as these two are seen as distinct, you have not yet realized the intent of the Buddhas. When these two realizations are concurrent, where the mere sight of infallible dependent origination concurrently destroys the old modes of grasping through definite discernment, at that time the analysis of the profound view is perfected. Furthermore, appearances refuse the extreme of existence, and emptiness refuses the extreme of non-existence. When you understand that emptiness arises in the form of cause and effect, you are not captivated by the view of extremes. O my child, once you have thus realized the points of the three principal paths, seek solitude and cultivate strong determination and quickly reach the final aspired goal. Okay. I remember many years ago when I was in my 20s, that when his students were giving teaching on this, the three principal aspects of the path, the last verse which said, O my child, once you have realized the points of the three principal paths, seek solitude and cultivate strong determination to achieve and quickly attain the final aspired goal. So His Holiness said that when you read this, O my child, actually it's Lama Tsongkhapa who is addressing his student, who sent the request from very far away through a messenger to his teacher Lama Tsongkhapa to give teachings, something that he can practice in his life in a very concise way. Then Lama Tsongkhapa composed this, and the last verse, when he addressed, O my child. So it's a spiritual child. And when you read this, if you can feel yourself that Lama Tsongkhapa is actually addressing you, addressing this to you, that, oh my child, you feel connected with Lama Tsongkhapa, and then that Lama Tsongkhapa is actually giving me the advice personally. And this will leave an extremely strong imprint in your mind to be connected with Lama Tsongkhapa, even in the future lifetimes, and that you'll be guided by Lama Tsongkhapa till Buddhahood. So this is the implanting of an imprint of the connection with Lama Tsongkhapa throughout the future lifetimes. Okay, that would be wonderful when you read it. And I also remember that His Holiness says that he reads this text every day. For him, it's not reading, it's contemplating. He would recite it by heart and then contemplate it. He would contemplate on the meaning of the words. Good. Okay, where did we leave yesterday? Anyone? Anyone? Okay, yes. Okay, we left. Don't let the point. Tolerant practice. Tolerant practice. What is that? Point number 6 or 7? 4 and 5. Still 4 and 5. Oh, okay. I thought 6. Okay. Atone, give your happiness to others. Len, take the suffering for others. There are two levels. First level, where motivated by the desire that I should be freed from suffering. And suffering, say the suffering, what's the suffering like? The arrows, when they shot at you, right? When the arrows hit you, then you feel the pain. That is suffering. That's the suffering, right? So now the arrows, when you feel the pain, and we know that this is pain because of the arrows, you will be unhappy with what? One who shot the arrows, right? You agree? Hey, what happened? You're in a daze from wow, right? Either wow or you're tired the last how many days? 8 days, right? Okay. The arrows were shot by the self-grasping, ignorant, self-centered attitude. These two shot the arrow. And the arrows, how many arrows are in the air right now flying? It was you? Okay. What's your name? What's your name? Huh? Staff. Staff said 2 arrows, right? Okay, I agree with you to some extent. 2 arrows or the 2 arrow shooters. How many arrows are there? Innumerable arrows were shot, right? Innumerable arrows shot. They're all in the fire, they're all in the air, right? And one by one, they're hitting us, right? Every time we say the what? Your friends say, what a stupid person you are. Instead of one arrow hit you, and then you stupid, right? And mental disturbance happens, right? And you hear very sad news. Right, sad news. I lost somebody. It's like so painful. A deep, heavy arrow hit you. So this arrow, when you realize that these pains all because of the arrows, then you will feel and who shot the arrow. Right? You check it. Who shot the arrow? Staff. Wonderful. The 2 self-grasp, ignorant, self-centered energy. These 2 shot the arrow. We were there in your mind when you were, say, early in this life or previous lives, these 2 within you, they shot there. And all these arrows are still flying in the air. Some of them already hit you, some of them are hitting you now. So the same, and then why don't you shield yourself? Why don't you shield yourself? Arrow, let the arrow hit, fine, shield yourself, arrow will not affect you at all. Why not? Why we are not shielding ourselves? Anyone? Again, somebody is removing the shields, right? Saying that don't wear the shields, right? Who's saying this? Self-grasping ignorance is saying that don't wear the shield of other cherishing, right? And self-grasping ignorance is saying that don't wear the shield of the wisdom of emptiness. So when you are devoid of these 2, then this arrow hit you and you are in pain. So therefore, the point is that on one level, the first level of compassion, there are 2 levels of compassion. Of course, there are many ways of classifying compassion. One way by which to classify the compassion into 2. One which is purely based on your selfish interests. For my selfish reasons, I have to cherish others. I have to practice compassion, right? Because that finally, I don't want miseries. And miseries arise from these arrows. These arrows are shot by the self-grasping, ignorant, self-centered attitude. So I have to stay away from self-centered attitude, right? Particularly the arrows, right? The arrow was made by the self-grasping ignorance, right? And then shot by the self-centered attitude. You get it? Manufactured by self-grasping ignorance and shot by, what do you call that person who shot the arrow? Tin what do you call that? Tin Archer. Tin you don't know? Okay, it's known as Archer, right? Who's the manufacturer of the arrow? Self-grasping ignorance. If the archer is not there, then the arrow will remain there. If the archer is there but the arrow is not made, then the archer cannot do anything. Right? These 2 combine together, then the archer shot the arrow. And where was the residence of the archer? We have to look for the archer. Where is that? Within us, you're getting it. Residence within us. And we look for outside. He's creating problem. She's creating problem. There's a problem. The archer is inside. Right? We are not looking for the archer inside. We look for the wrong place. Right? So one day, the person was looking for something under the street light in the night. Right? The person looking for something under the street light. And another person felt so compassionate. And, hey, sir, what are you looking for? I'm looking for my keys, right? House keys. Oh, then I'll help you. But before I help you, tell me, are you sure that you lost the key here? Here? He said, no. Where did you lose the key? I lost the key in my house. Why you're not looking in the house? Because in the house I have no light. Right? In the house there's light here. So this is where we are looking for the key in the wrong place. You're getting it? In the wrong place. So therefore we do. So what's the problem? My neighbor's a problem. What's the problem? Weather's a problem. What's the problem? Food is a problem. What's the problem? There's a problem. This is a problem. That is a problem. Right? Where's the thief? Where's the archer? Inside us. We do look inside. Right? We look always outside. That's a problem. You're looking at the place where you have not lost the key. Right? The actual place where you lost the key is inside. It's not outside. So the real treasure, real happiness is not outside, it's inside. You have to look at inside. So these are the wise people. Wise people are the people who can actually look for the keys where it is lost. Unwise people are the people who look for the keys where it is not lost. So this is how to demarcate between wise and unwise people. Good. So, why I was saying this? Why I was saying this? Two levels of compassion. Wow. Thank you, Sherry Pema. Two levels of compassion. The first thing is that I am scared of my pains. I'm fed up with all the pains. If you're fed up with the pains, don't be like that person. There was the professor and his wife. And we were together on dining table. We're just having some casual discussions. And I thought about, okay, and then particularly the lady, the wife, was so compassionate towards the animals, towards the dogs, stray dogs. And this wife of the professor, he was very concerned about the dogs and asking me what to do, how to help them. I said that you should remain strong because you are the one who really takes care of these stray dogs. These stray dogs, for them, you are the safe haven. You should remain strong. And not only in this life, even in future lives, you should remain strong. She said, no, I'll not come back to the future life. I said, why? She said, I'm fed up with samsara. I'll not come back to samsara. You get it? That's amazing. Nobody wants samsara. Nobody wants suffering. But we are having some suffering. So this is not approach. You're getting it? If you really don't want suffering, what should you do? Hey, tell me. If you really don't want suffering, what should you do? Well, that's the ultimate answer, right? If you really don't want suffering, track the cause of suffering and get it to the cause. Ye dharma hetu parva. Track the cause. You're getting it? Okay, let's say that, okay, I need to advise. Ready? Be kind to give good advice, right? So I live in Delhi, you know that. I live on the 3rd floor. Delhi is otherwise. I shared it already? What advice did he give? What advice did he give? Move the house. Move the house. Get a plumber. Then open the window. Clean the door. Then we'll go to hospital, go to the doctor, do yoga. Right? You gave this advice. Finally, Nadia, right? You're the one. He said, are you Nadia? And the 2 or 3 people. They said, Gishila, don't listen to other people. Right? If you move the house, again, you have to work with the real estate people. Again, to pay a lot of money. You have to bring all the heavy books down. Right? Just wait. Don't listen to the other people very easily. Right? Give me 10 minutes. Then she went inside to see. She said, Gishila, I've got a solution. Right? Wait for another 10 minutes. She went out and got me a glue. Glue for just 10 rupees. Yes, 10 rupees glue. And then she said, Gishila, look, come. This problem, the water pipeline, there's a tiny crack there. This is a problem. The moisture is coming from there. She put the glue there, problem solved, my asthma gone. You're getting it? Okay, so therefore, if you don't want the suffering, what should you do? Identify the cause and fix it, remove the cause. Okay, so what is the cause? We identify that is the arrow was created by the self-grasping ignorance, and the archer was self-centered attitude. We have to get rid of the archer, right? So what you get rid of the archer meaning? Get rid of the self-centered attitude. How to get rid of self-centered attitude? Anyone. I don't want suffering, and the self-centered is creating the suffering. I want to get rid of this. How to get rid of self-centered attitude? Anyone. Cherish others. You're going to get self-centered attitude is that get away. I want happiness. Get away. So this self-centered attitude. How to remove this? Oh, come, I love you all. Cherish others, right? So you cherishing others, you loving others is not because you love others. You want to get away from the self-centered root of the problem. You're getting it? This is one level of compassion. One level of compassion. Then next level of compassion is, okay, let's say the compassion, we see that, okay, the next level of compassion is where you don't expect anything from the other side. It's purely the love and affection that flows. You should be happy. It does not mean, it doesn't matter that I have happiness or not, but you should be happy. This is the second level of compassion. You're getting it? But to reach that level, we must first have the first level. Without the first level, we cannot jump there. Okay, so we're done with step 4 and 5. What is next step? Hey, what is the next step? Rebecca, what is the next step? What is step? Step 7 or 8? Step 6. Actually exchange of self and others. Actually exchange of self and others. Okay, some people are very smart. They will know all these steps in this book. They know that all these steps are in this book. Where is which page number? Wow, Lucas smart. Right, he already found it. Page, say it again. Page 321. In page 321, all these steps are given there. Okay. 321. Page 321. Yes, all the steps are given there. How do you know that? Okay, page 321, all the steps are given there. Okay, so okay, by now we don't look at this page. You look at this book, right? You already have it on your fingertips. You have them, right? Luca, you have on your fingertips. Kyle, you have on your fingertips. Yes. Okay. Step 6, actual exchange of self and others. So here, say if you succeed in the first 5 steps. Now, from the first 5 steps is primarily let's say the first step is primarily for equating self and others. The first step is to equate oneself and others, be equal. Before the first step, it is like I am more important than you, and that is this is the maximum. This is the worst. The cause of suffering. I'm more important than you. This is why all these wars, all this domestic violence, they're all happening because of that. I am more important than you. And it does not give happiness to you. It destroys your happiness. It destroys happiness. War means both sides will suffer. It's not just one side. Both sides will suffer. Right? Okay. Okay. So the first step is that we are equal. The first step, we are equal. I don't want suffering. I want happiness. You also don't want suffering. You also want happiness. And you also have the Buddha nature to become Buddha. Also the Buddha nature to become Buddha. We're all very important. So this is equalizing self and others. Then step 2, 3, 4, 5. These 4 steps, they primarily move to transition yourself, to transition from the state of equalized state or even state to that you are more important than me. The next step. Step 2 to 5. This is transitioning. Then step 6 is not just transitioning, you already reached there. You are actual exchange of self and others. You are more important than me. You're getting it? So when you reach that level, if you don't study, if you don't practice from step 1 through to step 5, you think, what is this? You're more important than I, right? Then who will take care of me, right? If I take care of you, then who will take care of me? So some people, they're very naive. How? Say, they meet with some teachers. They meet with some in the Buddhist teachings on compassion. And then they go to some centers. They say, oh, everybody's nice, everybody's nice, everybody's nice. Right? I'm the one who is not, I'm the one who is bad. Everybody's good. Actually, the ground is missing. Ground missing. Then what happens is that, oh, what help do you need? Oh, I need to take care of my dog. Then you take care of the dog. And then somebody else, what do you need? Oh, I need somebody to buy my groceries. I'll do that. And then when you are hungry, when you are sick, nobody comes to save you. Then you lose all your hope. And then you call I'm a little sick. Can you please bring me some medicines? I'm sorry, I have to take care of my dog. And when it please, no, I have to do my laundry. Nobody's there when you are in suffering. Then what happens? You lose faith in the humanity, right? What the Buddha taught is not true. Not that everybody's kind. I've been kind. I give everything to everybody else. Now, when I need it, when I'm in difficult situation, nobody is there to help me. You're getting it? This is big, not because of the problem of the teachings of Buddha, because of your being unrealistic. We should start from the ground, not start from somewhere in the air, somewhere in the sky. Don't do that. From the ground, acknowledge that you are imperfect, others imperfect. Don't say everybody is divine. Everybody has Buddha nature, but they are not Buddhas. Don't forget it. Everybody is Buddha nature. You have Buddha nature. You are not Buddha. Others also not Buddha. So, immediate measure, long-term measure. Immediate measure, make sure that people don't take advantage of you. Immediate measure, just try your best how much you can help others. Make sure that you help yourself first. We should be very realistic. This is so important. Okay. Then, going through step 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Then gradually what happens is that you feel that, wow, that's amazing. What really makes me unhappy is a self-centered attitude. For example, let's say somebody says, you're stupid. Be very honest. Will you be happy or unhappy? Staff, will you be happy or unhappy? Somebody says, you're stupid. Huh? You'll not be happy. Listen. But if a little child, 3 years old child comes to staff, hey, staff, you're stupid. Right? Staff will, wow, it's cute. Right? It's so cute, right? 2 years old who can hardly speak said, I'm stupid, right? It's so cute. You'll embrace the child, right? You give a chocolate. Look, it's the same thing. The elder person said that you're stupid, or small child said you're stupid. But how you interpret? You interpret the small child saying stupid as cute. Whereas you interpret the elders saying stupid to you as very offensive. You're getting it? It's how you take. When with a small child, it's easy for your compassion to flow. Easy for your compassion to flow. When the compassion flows, everything's beautiful. Everything's beautiful. With the elders, it's difficult for your compassion to flow because you know that they can take advantage of me. Right? They can trick me. They can take advantage. They can provoke. They can do anything evil. Small children know. That child does not know. Child is so vulnerable, right? Because that you see yourself so safe, the compassion flows very easily. And then when even the child says, you're stupid, it's so cute. Right? So therefore, it is how you interpret it. Because of this, we see that it's the same thing. You're stupid. The same word, very offensive word, but how you interpret is very different. So before you take the first step, equalizing self and others, before that, when somebody says that, oh, you have to cherish others more than yourself, it's so unacceptable. So unacceptable. If you think that, wow, right, you are unrealistic. So from 0, you have to go step 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. When you succeed through the 5 steps, then you see everybody like a small child. Everybody like a small child, right? Yes, everybody's like a small child. Because everybody's suffering because of self-centered attitude, self-created problem. Everybody's like a small child. So just you see the small child saying you're stupid and you see it's very cute. Everybody else, when they're being unnice to you, you see them so cute. You know, they're all small children. So then you see that finally, even for me, I'm also a small child. Only if I'm able to say no to self-centered attitude, then I'm the grown up. Till that point, I'm also a small child. So what really creates problem in me is because of the selfishness or the ego when it comes to the other elders. With a small child, the ego is not there, right? So, okay, how many of you, when you meet a 2-year-old child, you say, hey, I'm PhD, right? Hey, I'm the director, right? You will never say this. But when it comes to somebody of your age, like 20, 30, 40, right? Then the person is rude to you, and then you see that, right? Don't you know who I am? You're getting it? Which means there's ego there. You're getting it? Ego is hurt, ego is there. So ego because of the selfishness. You're getting it? So this selfishness creates the ego, and this ego creates a barrier. And then anything other person said, you can interpret it very differently. With a small child, you don't have the ego, right? With a small child, you will not say that you are a small child. If you say that I'm a PhD, hey, 2-year-old child, I'm PhD, I'm doctorate, I'm the director, I'm this, I'm CEO of a company, and so forth, right? So you're a small child. Everybody will say that you're a small child. So therefore, the point is that when you reach that level, then your mind has matured. Level 5, your mind is matured. When your mind is very matured, then you move to number 6, the actual exchange of self and others. It is very powerful. If you don't rise to that level of maturity, then number 6 will make no sense to you. What is the actual exchange of self and others? It means exchange doesn't mean that from today onwards you are me, I'm you. This is not the meaning. Exchange the objects of cherishing. Let me repeat it. Step number 6, actual exchange of self and others. What's the meaning of that? Exchange of the objects of cherishing. What do you mean the exchange of objects of cherishing? Thus far, I've been cherishing myself more than others. Henceforth, I'll cherish others more than myself. The object of cherishing, I'll move from the self to the others. I'll cherish others more than myself. Let me repeat it. Thus far, object of cherishing is I. Thus far, object of cherishing is I. Now you exchange it. You exchange the object of cherishing object of cherishing from I to you, to others. I cherish you more than me. Why? Cherishing you, it doesn't matter. I want happiness. I don't want suffering. And happiness is given to me by cherishing you. So if I cherish you more, it's beautiful practice. Finally, what I want is I want happiness. It doesn't matter whether I cherish myself, I cherish others, I want happiness. What gives me happiness is cherishing you, cherishing others. So I cherish others than myself. And cherishing myself, I don't want suffering. Suffering is because of cherishing myself, self-centered attitude. So I will not cherish myself. I will now change it, reverse it. I'll cherish others. You're getting it? Because I don't want suffering, I want happiness. I want happiness, the happiness is given rise to by other cherishing, so I cherish others. I don't want suffering given rise by self-centered attitude. Cherish myself, I'll not cherish myself. So therefore you make a very strong commitment. After step 5, you make a very strong, henceforth now the wisest thing that I can do in my life is to cherish others. Cherishing others gives me the full happiness. Cherishing giving up or not cherishing yourself. Cherishing myself is the root of my problems. I will quit this cherishing myself and I will move the object from self to others. Henceforth, I will cherish others. And you feel it very strongly. There's such a joy coming in your mind. achieved. If the first 5 steps, if you do not do the first 5 steps, step 6 can make you burn out. You cannot digest what is being said there. Step 6, you cannot digest step 6. Steps, you see that this is just self-denial, right? Oftentimes people, I'm sure some of you have heard this. Oftentimes people, different people, they describe Buddhism as a self-denial religion. You know that? Oftentimes people describe Buddhism as a self-denial religion, meaning that, okay, no good food, right? And no good house, no good cars, right? And you should remain very simple, dirty, simple, right? Self-denial, right? And then don't cherish yourself. If you don't cherish yourself, who will take care of you, right? So all these misconceptions happen because of failing to practice step number 1 through to 5. If somebody practices step 1 through to 5, you see that this is, instead of being a self-denial, this is a beautiful, wisest practice that we can ever think of in this life, in this universe. Okay, step number 6. Yes. Mike? Okay, so this is all connected, not part. They're connected. They're connected. That step 1 gives you the ground. Same, equalizing self and others. So you want to build a house. You build a house, and the land that you have, the property that you have is such that some places very high, some places very low. What do you do? What do you do? You cannot build a house directly. So what should you do? Paul. Your name? Paul. Paul says you have to make flat. Flat meaning even. Equalizing self and others to make it equal so that house of the Bodhichitta can be built. You're getting the first step is leveling the ground. Okay. With this, then you start stacking the first breaks, the first 2 steps. First 2 steps will, the step 2 and 3 will help you to build the ground. Once you dig the ground so well, then you have to actually implement it. 4 and 5 is the implementation. With implementation of after the conviction that you get from step 2 and 3, then you become very convinced. Henceforth, whatever I do, I'll cherish others more than cherishing myself. Actual exchange of self and others. You getting it? Good. Step number 6. What is step number 6? Okay, anyone else who memorized these 9 steps yesterday? Right? Yesterday there were 4 or 5 people who made our day, and then I'm now looking for somebody who can make our day today. Anyone? Okay, just tell me what is step number 6, quick. Step 6 is done. What is 7? Okay, Carl. A special recollection of the kindness of others. Thank you, Carl. Special recollection of the kindness of others. So all along, let us not forget, there are 9 steps. You're getting it? But it will be very easy if you don't forget the main agenda of what we are doing. The main agenda is what? The main agenda is to expand your compassion. Don't forget it. Keep expanding. This is the main agenda. For that matter, anything of 9 steps, you see they're all connected with the expanding your compassion. So, special recollection of kindness of others. All others, all sentient beings, right? Okay. For this, how many of you feel today, this morning you get up and your compassion flows towards all the beings? Raise hands. Did you get up, right? Whatever time you get up, whatever time you've gotten up, and that your mind automatically flows towards all the beings. Right? Compassion towards all the beings, including your difficult neighbor, right? Towards all the beings. Raise hands. Towards all the sentient beings. Not that you deliberately practice it. That's a different story. Deliberate practice is one thing. Naturally, it flows. Raise hands. Naturally flows towards a difficult person also. Towards okay, Shwetlana is amazingly dedicated. She didn't hear the question. She said yes, yes. Okay, so the point is that if we don't experience this feeling where naturally the mind flows with compassion towards all the beings, you will never have infinite happiness. This is the only secret way. So how to make it happen? How to make it happen? No, it does not flow spontaneously, right? It does not follow. For example, in Tibet House, I have a lot of headaches, right? Staff, right? There was one of the staff who was our cleaner, and he came to help from the office. He came to my place to help me, and then he was working so. That was several years ago. He was working so much under the secretary, not me, the director. He was working so much under secretary, and secretary happened to be a lady, right? And then he was following instruction of the secretary all the time. And one day he came to my house to do something for me, to help me. Then I asked him, "Can you do this when I come to the office? Can you do this for me?" He said, "What did he say?" He said, "Yes, ma'am." He said, "Yes, ma'am." Right? Because you get used to that, right? Okay. So this is just a simple thing. Then the other staff, some of the staff, Cyril is amazing. Cyril, he is amazing, right? Okay, this is some of the stuff. A lot of headaches, right? A lot of headaches. So, bodhicitta very difficult, right? Okay. So what I'm saying is that your mind, how can you really make this mind right? Okay, first question is, can you have the infinite happiness? Okay, how many you want this? If it is possible, how many you want this infinite happiness? Raise hands. 24/7 happiness. Good. The next question, is it possible? Next question, is it possible? You getting it? Okay, this big question, right? Don't say that, no, it's not possible. Many people in my such talks, many people said, no, it's not possible, right? Is it possible? To say no is very easy, right? But to say yes is difficult. When you say yes, the next question is how, right? So for this question, tell me, the point is that this infinite happiness, do you agree with me? The mothers, when they see the child, a toddler, when they see a baby being separated from the child for like 2 days for some whatever reasons, and suddenly the mother sees the child, how happy the mother is, tell me. Huh? How happy the mother is. The lady there, yes. Absolutely happy. How many, what's your name? Natisia. Okay, how many agree with Natisia? Absolutely happy, this word. Absolutely happy, raise hands. Absolutely happy. Very good. That's true. Very true. Mother's love is so precious. Okay. Now let's say, so why this mother feels so happy to see the baby after 2 days, 3 days, 4 days? Why? Why the mother feels this absolute joy and happiness to see the baby? Tell me. Because of the unconditional love. You getting it? So when you love the other person, when there's genuine affection and love towards the other person, this joy is, accompanying that is joy, immense joy. Okay, so how many agree with this point? Raise hands. Okay, Legroup, you agree? Legroup, do you agree? Okay, Legroup, you want to come somewhere clear here? Oh, the best thing is, literally, you come here closer, so that. By the way, which is better? Serena, what is the volume of the sound like? Is it okay? Processing is not happening. Okay, okay, no problem. Okay, no problem. Thank you. So, do you agree with me that the accompanying this feeling of love, there's a joy, resents. So these are all the study of the psychology. This is how our mind works. If you know these, then we can work on the looking for the possibility of embracing infinite happiness. So now, if this is a basic principle, the joy accompanies feeling of affection. If that's a basic principle, now can we have an infinite compassion? Compassion towards infinite beings? If yes, then we'll have infinite happiness. How many agree with me? If you can have the infinite compassion towards the infinite beings, you will have infinite happiness, resents. Good. Next question. The first question was, can we have infinite happiness? Now, the next question, can we have compassion for the infinite beings? Huh? Yes, no? Okay. Some will say yes, resents. Those who will say, I'm not sure, resents. I'm not sure. Be very honest. Right? Okay, good. Okay. Those who said yes, what's the reason? Wow, how yes? Anyone? Resents those who said yes. Those who said yes. Okay, gentleman over there. Would you mind sharing with us? Yes.
I think because the obscurations are advantageous, they're like a stain on the cloth.
Oh,
So
that's
if we can remove that
interesting.
stain, then it's
Okay, that's
possible.
interesting. Thank you. What's your name?
My name is Tenzin Konke.
Tenzin. Oh, that's interesting. Because the obscurations, mental obscurations, they are advantageous. Is that intellectual or experiential?
So far, I think intellectual.
Okay. Okay. I want the say somebody, if you can share something experiential. I really treasure this. This is so precious. So what is said, eventually it should become experiential. You getting it? What you say, it should become experiential. This is so precious. Thank you. Anyone else? Huh? How can we have compassion towards the infinite beings? Nadia, quick.
I can feel compassionate towards all sentient beings for the same reason.
Why?
Why not?
Why not?
Because I know how mental
No, it is
defilements
pain for
make me
you.
suffer.
You know, you feel the pain. So why should you feel compassionate with others? Why? So look, this is why I'm saying that some people, they know that, are you hungry? Yes, I'm very hungry. They're hungry. They're also very hungry. Who want bread? I like to have the bread. Even if extra bread, you will not give. Some of the children, you are a very different child. You're a special child, right? Most of the children, what they do is that they get 2 chocolates, right? Another child does not have any single. Give one to the child, will say no, right? They also child chocolate, yes. The child also wants to have chocolate, yes. Give you one, no, right? Simply because you want it, you cannot really empathize with others. In your case, you can empathize with others. This is beautiful. Any reason which is applicable to all, anyone. This is applicable only to Nadia and some people. Right? Anyone else? Okay, look, this is very important. Okay, the lectubla. Raise the mic.
Geshe, I don't know actually how, but I choose to believe in possibilities. So I think anything is possible, even compassion.
100% correct. Anything is possible. There's a great possibility that you can have universal compassion towards all the beings. But how? Anyone else? One here.
Из-за желания счастья, которое является любовью, автоматически появляется сострадание, желание, не страдание, чтобы он не страдал. Вот это и как бы безмерное сострадание.
So this gentleman is saying that because of the love that we were talking about before, because of the love we would like this object or this person to be free of suffering. And this way we have this compassion to all of the beings as far as
Very good. Very good. Okay.
Можно я скажу? Я не слышала, что Надя сказала, может, я ей повторяюсь, но мне кажется, самое сильное будет сострадание у того человека, который сам испытал это страдание.
And this lady is saying, I didn't hear what Nadia said. Maybe I am repeating the same things. But I think that the strongest compassion will have that person who himself or herself experience that pain and suffering.
Yes, of course, that is known as renunciation first and then compassion. But it happens to some people who are very matured. Generally, it does not happen. So when you suffer a lot, and when you are a little free from suffering, you want all others also to suffer. Because I went through suffering. The lady over there. After this, then we'll listen to Ben. Okay, one there. Yes.
Like a mother's love for their child, they don't see the child as separate.
How do you do that? I see everybody as separate from me.
But I think through that love, you don't. You feel their pain, you feel their happiness.
So this is what I'm saying. So how can I generate this? I don't feel that the way the mother feels towards the child. I don't feel it. How to make it happen? These are the questions. These are the questions. You're getting it? So people give the answers. You should be able to throw the correct question to this. If you have all the answers to all these possible questions, then your practice will become very successful. Otherwise, it will become very hazy all the time. The lady over there, and then Ben. Okay.
Мы испытываем сострадание ко всем живым существам, считая их нашими матерями.
And this lady is saying that we feel compassion to all of the sentient beings because we think that they were our mothers. They used to be our mothers.
Good. Okay, Ben. But Ben is already expert, right?
Geshla. So if we can see realistically how all beings are benefiting us, then there's a hope to develop the love for the all sentient beings and the compassion also.
Wonderful. Okay, what Ben said, I'm going to paraphrase it here. In your life, have you seen the dynamics of affection between two people as something very common? Very common, you see some dynamics of genuine affection, genuine compassion between two people, which is very commonly visible. Anyone? See the affection between two people, very genuine affection between two people, very commonly available. Where? It's rare. Anyone? Which you can see very commonly. Don't say that His Holiness is compassionate towards others. We don't, we are not seeing His Holiness every day. We don't have this possibility, we don't have this chance. But do you see this very strong compassion, with each other, which is readily seen? Okay, Lisa over there, Mike. Why? Lucas' style is very different, right? He slides.
At airports, you could see people like families or lovers come together with a lot of affection.
At the airports. So if you don't go to airport, then you'll not see that, right? Okay, only when you go airport. So if you want to see this, you have to go to airport. Okay, anyone else which is readily available? Okay, anyone else? Anyone else? Anyone else? I'm looking for hands up. Okay. Okay, the Andrew. You raise hand? Okay. Then the over there.
Мне кажется, это происходит не только по отношению к кому-либо, это и проявляется по отношению к самому себе, то есть 24 часа на 7 я постоянно испытываю какие-то потребности, я их закрываю, я делаю себе вкусный чай, я там готовлю себе вкусный обед, не знаю, покупаю себе какие-то прекрасные фрукты, овощи, и так каждый делает сам для себя. Мне кажется, это тоже проявление любящей доброты и сострадания. Здесь, у себя и у других, по отношению к себе каждый.
In the hospitals.
And this lady, this guy is saying that I think that it's not only a loving compassion towards other people, it also could be a loving compassion towards your own self. And for example, when you have this little necessities, you buy yourself food or coffee or some fruits and etc. or vegetables, and you make yourself feel your own love. And when you ask what is the place where you can see this genuine love and compassion, it could be also in our heart. That's what this gentleman is saying.
Good. Okay. If you could remember how we started this practice is by saying that I want happiness, I don't want suffering. It's a self. We start from self-love. You getting it? Not that. So therefore I said that we have to do the step 1 through to step 5. If you don't do that, then the step 6, you'll say, what is this? Without self-love, how can you love others? You getting it? I said it, and then the gentleman there, what's your name? Anton said it. You getting it? So therefore, we need to have the step 1 through to step 5. Not just intellectual, you have to practice it. So it begins with self-love. If you don't know how to self-love, if you don't know, we all love ourselves. But if you don't know how to really love yourself, give care to yourself well, then these steps will never work. You getting it? So the basic framework, the basic ground for all this practice is the self-love. You getting it? So this is not compromising on self-love. It's for to accomplish the aspiration of the self-love. Good. Now let me paraphrase what Ben said. The idea is that in your life, what we see is that the love between the mother and the child, when the child is age 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, the love between the mother and the child, that young, tender age, this love is the most extremely intense love and affection. How many agree with me in a sense? And how many have been through that situation when you see the prospect of your mother leaving you for like a few hours? One day, you just scream, you feel the pain and you scream. Raise hands. How many went through this situation? How many went through this situation? Yes. Okay, all of us. Why did you cry when your mother's leaving for 1 or 2 hours? Why did you cry? Why? Didn't you don't tell me? Why? Because attachment causes despair, right? Detachment causes pain in you. Okay. Why do you feel the pain at the detachment, right? No. Here, tell me. No, tell me.
I was going to say that I think that the attachment between the mother and their child is...
So because of the intense love and affection, you're getting it? So the word is attachment. It's affection. So with intense love.
That makes you feel that when you separate, you think of the separation, it gives you so much of pain in you. You agree? How they say, generally speaking, this love and affection between the mother and child, how often do you see that? When you go to shoppings, when you go to the train stations, airports, wherever you go, hospitals, wherever you go, you see that, right? We don't have to really go only to the hospital, only to the airport. You can see it readily available everywhere. You getting it? Even just look at the on the trees, how the mother birds, they feed their children. Look at the monkeys around, right? Same, the mother baby can be, the baby monkey can be very badly treated by other monkeys, extremely harsh. So there is no human, what is that, the monkey rights, the rules, regulations, nothing. So they really tear the babies into pieces by other monkeys. But the mother is very different. With the mother, the baby, you could feel this, the mother, how the baby feels so comfortable with the mother. You're getting it? This is readily perceptible. This is what you can see everywhere. Now the next question. This baby who feels so strongly, so just intense affection, love and affection, what this girl said is attachment, feel this the attachment of love towards the mother. This intensity of love that the child feels towards the mother, did the child feel this the same way day one the child was born? This is my question. Did the child feel the same love and affection towards the mother day one the child was born? Okay, how many you the same you must have had experience. What happened? Okay. Yes. It doesn't matter, right? Tanya, just think that it's non-existent. Okay. And so let's say that hey, look at me. Right? I need your attention. Right? I need your love. Right? I'm jealous you give love to Tanya. Right? Okay. Same that you most likely, if not 100%, 90% of the people here, you have demonstrated the same love and affection towards your mother when you were aged 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Raise your hands if you agree. Good. Okay. But did you demonstrate the same love and affection day one you were born on the planet Earth? You may not remember, but can you guess? You demonstrated or not demonstrated that same intensity of love and affection? No. Raise your hands. No. Day when you're born, say some of the neuroscientists, they will say, oh, you are connected, you feel the mother when you're in the mother's womb, so forth. This is very narrow chance. It's very narrow chance that it does happen, but on a very small scale, not with the intense, obvious scale. To the extent that day one you're born from the mother's womb, you give a hug. Mom, thank you so much for giving birth. How many said it? Raise hands. I would bet that out of 1 million human beings born as planet Earth, day one they're born, none of them hug the mother, thanking them. 100%. But neuroscientists would say that, oh, there is some affection there because the child will feel the mother's, the music, the sound, the prayers, the mother's voice. It's very, even the brain is not developed in this child in the mother's womb, right? For the sophistication of an affection, the brain has to be developed. So the point is that So we see that in this world, the love and affection that we are talking about is so readily demonstrated by the mother and the small child every way, in the realm of the humans, in the realm of the monkeys, animals, birds. And this is the most common thing that we can see, if you agree with sense. And that too, that love is so intense, so beautiful, is amazing, right? Okay. Now we see that it's not just one side. It is mutual. The mother loves so much. Mother loves the child so much. Child also loves the mother so much. There's a mutuality of the exchange of love and affection between the two. Now let's see that this child, day when the child was born, the child did not have that intense love. So the child developed this love, and the mother feels the same love towards the mother, towards the child, very intensely. And if we are to learn this love and affection, if you are to learn this love and affection towards all the beings by taking that as an example, which do you think is a better example, the child's love or the mother's love? Child's love towards the mother or mother's love towards the child? We cannot mimic the mother's love. Hey, keep that in mind. We cannot mimic the mother's love. We can mimic the child's love. How many of you love all the sentient beings now? Resents. You don't love that, right? But it is like the child, day one the child was born, the child did not love the mother, right? So we are in the same situation. At the moment, we are like the day one of the child born, where we don't love all sentient beings. And day one the child was born, the child didn't love the mother. And over the years, the child developed intense love. Now we can also over the years can mimic the child's love. How the child developed this love towards the mother, we can also develop the same love towards all the sentient beings. We can develop it, although it is absent now. Just as the intense love the child has now was absent when the child was born. You agree? You agree? Good. Next question. How did the child listen, all these questions come later, huh? Okay, come later. So because we have only 4 days now, 5 days now. Still we have only 5 days. No, only 2 days. You're not only 2 days, to be like 1.5 days. So therefore I need to finish this, right? But your questions we will do, don't worry. One question, right? Hari, your question, and Ofik's question, and others, I know you have questions. We'll do that. Okay, so the train of thought is lost. Hey, Ofik, you are responsible. We said that we have no time. We said you have no time and you are stealing my time. Huh? Very good. Okay. How did the small child, day one the child is born, how did this small child develop this love over the span of 3, 4, 5 years? From 0 to intense love and affection. Anyone? Quick, anyone? Anyone? Okay, the lady over there with the yellow jacket.
Full for everything that the mothers give him or her.
Say it again. The child over the span of 2, 3 years time
loves because of the care of the mother.
Oh, the child felt the care and the love of the mother over the span of 2, 3 years time. So how did the child know that the mother is so caring? Anyone? How did the child knows that the mother is giving so much care and love? Okay, okay. What is that? I can always, a staff.
I think maybe through the food, when the child was feeling anxious sometimes, so the emotional connection. When he was feeling cold, sick,
those things.
Stuff you presented so beautifully, so articulately. Thank you so much. This is exactly the thing. It's simple. That the child is when they're hungry, the mother comes, right? The neighbor doesn't come, right? Child is very cold, the mother comes again, put on something, right? And yes. So the dependent, it depends how dependent, how staff explained, right? That when the child feels the emotionally sad, mother comes, give hug, right? You'll be all right, you'll be all right, you'll be all right. Hungry, I can feed something, right? Cold, cover it with cold, right? And then there is some cat going around, picks up the child, right? And then you are scared of the cat, instantly the mother picks up the child. So you see that this, what Ben said, and how it's articulated by staff, that the child, over time, within a span of 2-3 years' time, child comes to get a very strong conviction that this is a person from who is the source of my benefit. You getting it? This is a person, the greatest of all these sources of benefit. This is the one, the greatest of the source of benefit for me. You're getting it? So when you feel the say somebody as a source of benefit, your mind moves towards that. Your mind moves towards that benefit. Let me give an example. Let's say, every time I go to South India, there's one place where I go to, and there's one, my host, and he has a little daughter, and now she must be grown up. He had a little daughter, very young daughter. And every time I go there, when I go there, at the invitation of my host, I take some chocolates for the little girl. At the moment she sees me, she knows that the chocolate has come, right? But she's very smart girl, right? She doesn't want to give the credit that you are giving me chocolate, right? She does it very diplomatically, right? Very little. She must be age 4 or 5. So extremely diplomatically, not to make it so obvious. Give very low profile, yet get the chocolate. So what she does is that I was giving teaching, and she and her father came, sat there. They were in the audience, last row. Then after teaching finished. Then the father would come, because he was hosting me for the next event. The father would come and talk to me, right? And the little girl, she doesn't come with the father. What she does is she would say, the last row. And people, they disperse for the tea, refreshments, so forth. And this girl, and some people are around. And this girl, what she would do is that she would move there, move here, move there, move here, giving the impression that she's not coming to me, right? But actually it's coming closer, 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 right? And then she would be around me. If I pay attention, hey, instantly she'll run away, right? So I have to pretend as though like she was non-existent, right? And then I was pretending as though I was not seeing her, and then I put my hand in my bag to take out the chocolate, right? And she knows this for her. She knows that, right? And then I would talk to her father, and then very casually would turn to her and chocolate, and she would take it again, move like this, it would disappear. You know? So why is she coming closer, closer, closer towards this man? Because she likes chocolate, and she sees this man as a source of chocolate. You're getting it? So this is how your mind works, our psyche works. When you see the source of benefit, your mind moves towards that benefit. The mind moving towards the benefit is known as feeling close. I feel close to my mom. I feel close to my brother. This is the meaning of affection. You're getting it? Where the mind moves towards the object of benefit. This is the meaning of affection, feeling close. Okay. From this, what we learned? Okay, so the mechanism of affection is that you see one of the mechanisms, not all, one of the mechanisms of affection is that your mind sees object A as a source of benefit. When you see that, your mind moves towards that. If you see the person A as a source of benefit, your mind moves towards that. This meaning of feeling close to, feeling of affection, feeling of attachment. How many agree with me? Good. If you agree, the next point. Now, the whole agenda, whole purpose is to cultivate compassion towards the infinite beings. I don't feel it now. How to make it happen? Oh, so I don't feel it, but to make it happen, the mechanism of how it happens is that you should see the other person as a source of benefit. Can I see all the beings as a source of benefit? If I can, my mind will invariably flow towards all the beings. Yes? If I can see all beings as a source of benefit, then my mind will invariably flow towards all the beings, feel close to them. Yes? If yes, resents. Good. Okay, now, all the beings are beneficial to you. How? My mother? Okay, yes, I agree. But all the beings, no way. Particularly difficult person, no way. You getting it? A person who takes away my benefit, right? How can I see the benefit of that person? So this is known as step number 7. What is step 7? Hey, step 7. Step 7. Hey, altruism. Step 8. What is step 7? Louder. Wow, she's very, wow, she challenges me. Special recollection of the kindness of others. Right? Thank you, Chugila. Thank you. Okay, special recollection of the kindness of others. Why special? This word special, why? Because in ordinary sense, we cannot imagine that the difficult person is kind to you. You getting it? We cannot imagine that a difficult person is kind to you, is the beneficial to you. So because that, if you can think of all the beings, particularly difficult people, as kind to you, that becomes very special. Why special? Because it's so rare. Most people cannot think of that. Most people, they cannot think of the kindness of the difficult people. So if you can do that, it becomes very special practice. So therefore it is known as the special recollection of the kindness of others. Kindness means that you get benefit from others. Yes? Okay. So we learn that all beings give you benefit. How? Before we explain how, we need to know the benefit. What is benefit? What kind of benefit you need? Okay, please tell me, what can you say when I tell you benefit related to you, what kind of benefit do you expect? Anyone, quick, just share some of your thoughts. Quick, to save time. We have only 25 minutes now. The clothes. No, don't say the one person, don't say everything, right? You say anybody else. Yes. Well-being, good. Love and affection, Paul. Love. Protection, quick. Dharma, very good. Safety. Nishita. Oh, sorry. Okay. Anyone? What kind of benefit that you are seeking? Okay. Yes, Dinah. Knowledge. Okay, good. The benefit that we're seeking, broad, very comprehensively speaking, right? Say, one thing that we learn from the Nalanda tradition is to always learn things in a very comprehensive way, not just small bits and pieces, but in a very comprehensive way. We talk about all the beings, not just my mom, my dad, my husband, so forth, but all the sentient beings. You're getting it? To be very comprehensive. Then you will leave no stone unturned for your practice. For the benefit that we think of is, comprehensively speaking, is of two kinds: short-term benefit and long-term benefit. Yes? Comprehensively speaking, short-term benefit, long-term benefit. What do you mean by short-term benefit? For example, like, say, breakfast. You get a good breakfast, right? Or a treat, nice treat by somebody. in a hotel, restaurant. So you get the treat, and then the rest of your life, you will not ask for any treat, right? Okay, I already had a treat, it's with me now. No, it's over. It's very short term. Again, next day, again, somebody gives you a treat, you'll be very happy. So it's very short term. You get it, you experience it, you finish. But there are long-term benefits also. Long-term benefit you get, and it lasts forever, right? That is known as long-term benefits. Can you imagine any benefit which does not fall under one of these two categories? Short-term benefit, long-term benefit. Can you think of any benefit which does not fall under these two categories?
Краткосрочное – это еда. И долгосрочное – это наука и медицина.
Long term is? Science and medicine. Okay, you take the medicine, the headache is over. So now, the next life, the remaining life, I don't worry about headache anymore, right? Okay, still you have to keep the medicines with you. In case if you relapse, I have to take it again. You're getting this also short term. Okay. Karma, bad karma. Dharma, very good. Dharma, very good. Anyone else? Long-term benefit. Quick. Long-term benefit, Paul. Affection, love and affection, very good. Today you get love, and the next day it says bye-bye. Right? Wisdom of emptiness, good. Okay, the venerable here. Nirvana. Enlightenment and nirvana, very good. Anyone else? Spiritual revelation, wow. Spiritual, what do you mean by spiritual revelation? And evolution. Spiritually you become evolved, evolution. Spiritual growth, right? Okay, it's coming from her professional terms, right? Spiritual evolution, spiritual growth, very good. Okay, so do you agree with me that when your self-grasping ignorance is gone, then you become fearless eternally, yes? Self-grasping ignorance will never come back again. That's for good. That's one, what is long-term benefit, number one. Then when the cognitive obscuration is gone, you attain infinite happiness. It'll never disappear. It'll forever remain with you. These two are known as the, what is that? Long-term benefit. Again, right? The benefit that we are seeking is long-term benefit and short-term benefit. You know what short-term benefit is like: the food, medicines, house, and so forth. Short-term benefit, there are three kinds. Short-term benefit, there are two kinds. Small-scale short-term benefits and large-scale short-term benefits. Short-term benefits, there are two. For example, like how many came to India through aeroplane? By aeroplane residence? Okay. Who gave you the aeroplane? Your mom gave you aeroplane or your dad gave you aeroplane? At the airport, who gave you the airport? So aeroplane, the airport. Who gave you the airport? Your mom or the dad? Which the birthday gift is that? Whose birthday gift is that to you? Naomi? Who gave you the airport to you? Airport is a birthday gift to you. Your mom or your dad? No way. No, my mom and dad cannot give me an airport. You're getting it? It's a huge thing. Large scale. Also, it's a short-term benefit. But it's a large scale my mother cannot give me. Right? How many of you agree with me, Resens? There are so many things which are large scale benefit, short-term, large scale, which your parents cannot give you, which your husband cannot give you, which your mom cannot give you, which your boyfriend, girlfriend cannot give you, right? Which your children cannot give you. Okay, this is a large scale short-term benefits. So how many the kinds of benefits are there in general? How I explained to you, three kinds. Long-term benefit and the small-scale short-term benefit, large-scale short-term benefits. How many agree with me, Resens? How many you not agree? How many you understood, Resens? Good. Okay. Now, all the beings they're talking about, to whom I want to cultivate love and affection towards it, all the beings. What do you mean all the beings? All the beings, how can I remember? I don't even know all the beings. How can I practice compassion towards all the beings? This is a question, right? So don't worry. This is what I meant by when you engage any kind of practice, make it as comprehensive. All the beings can be grouped into three categories. Three categories, right? Near and dear ones, near and dear ones, the neutral beings, and the difficult people. You agree? You agree? Can you think of anybody who does not fall under one of three categories? Near and dear ones, neutral beings, and the difficult people. You cannot think of anyone. You just think of anybody who should necessarily fall under one of these three categories. You agree? Raise hands. You agree? Raise hands. Good. Okay. Now, there are three. All beings can be grouped into three groups. And the benefit that you get is also three groups. Right? Yes? Sharipama, yes? All the beings grouped into three. And the benefit that we are looking for also into three groups. Right? Okay. Now let's see. Tell me, which of the three kinds of benefit you would like the most, if you get it? Long term, be very honest, raise hands. Be very honest, raise hands. Long term benefit. I would prefer the long term benefit the most. Good. If that is the case, the one who gives you the long term benefits is the most kind to you, yes? Raise hands. It's the most kind to you. Don't forget it. You raise hands, right? Okay. So now we see there are three kinds of benefits and three kinds of beings. And tell me, what your mother gives you, what your father gives you, what your brother gives you, these fall under the small scale short term benefit, like food, chocolates, birthday gifts, and so forth, right? And that's the most like house. Even house is short term, small scale in comparison with the airport. Okay, wait, right? First, what we suggest is that the questions are very good, but keep in mind, first flow the thoughts, learn the structure, create the structure. Once the structure is created, then you can come with the questions. You're getting it? Otherwise, if you don't flow your structures, you miss a lot. Because these practices is not just about, the question answers, is about the structure. You have to have the basic structure. For example, the quantum mechanics. First, you have to have the structure. So keep it in mind. Meanwhile, questions will come later. You're getting it? Questions will come later. Okay. So we see that what the parents give you, what your brothers and sisters give you, is a small scale benefit. Short term, small scale benefits. So this is something, it's not special. This is something which we know, everybody knows that these benefits I get from my near and dear ones. How many agree with me? This is not special. This is what everybody knows. So what is difficult is the benefit that you get from the neutral beings and the difficult people. You're getting it? First, the neutral beings. The neutral beings. The neutral beings, for example, the airport is a huge thing, which is a short-term benefit or long-term benefit. Airport. It's short-term because even the airport that you use, right? Suddenly there can be earthquake, and the airport is just damaged. Again, you have to rebuild it. You're getting it? And the airport and the border securities. Border securities. Who give you the border securities, right? Is it short-term, long-term? Again, the short-term is not long-term, but it's so important, which your mother cannot give you, right? Which your mother cannot give you, border securities, which your father cannot give you. These are the large scale, which involves billions of dollars cost, and yet very necessary, which your mother cannot give. This is something which is given to you by somebody else. How many people are there? There are thousands of people there protecting us at the moment, right? Do you know these people? Yeah, do you know these people? We don't know these people. These are neutral people. You're getting it? These are neutral people. And for example, let's say that Okay, we have these lights. How useful are these lights? Very useful, extremely. You would just take for granted, right? Because they are so made so readily available, like 1,000 years ago. By the way, tell me, when did this light come into existence? When? Anyone? When did this light come into existence? Who brought the light? Electricity. Bulb by Edison. Bulb by Edison. Bulb. Electricity by? Faraday? I don't know. You don't know. Okay, don't worry. Somebody brought it. Somebody brought it. Russia? Okay, somebody brought it, right? But for sure, the person did not bring it 1,000 years ago. 1,000 years ago, even the kings and the queens who had the whole wealth of the kingdom, the wealth of the whole kingdom, even they did not have the privilege to use these lights. Agree? Not agree? Good. So, who gave us these lights? And this light, somebody invented it. Somebody or discovered it or invented it. The bulb is invented. The electricity discovered. You're getting it? So this is not that the person brought all the cables to here, and built the dam, right? Although the person invented or discovered the electricity, but the light that comes to our room now is the outcome of millions of people's hands. People who are actually working to create the dam, people who are actually working to create the road, people who are actually working in the mines, because all these involves wires, metallic wires, and the plastics. These come from the petrol, then the mining, then the road workers, then the dam builders, millions of health, and how many people died in the process. Particularly the road from, like say, Delhi. The place is so hot. And they have to create a road. There's no AC hanging in the air for you, for the road makers, right? And where are these children? Children of these babies, of these road makers, where are they? Oftentimes I also remember that both the husband and wife, they're under the scorching sun, they're building the road. And the 2-3 children, they were a rope tied around their waist and tied around with a rock, small rock there, so the child cannot, but the child is under the scorching sun. There's no AC there for the child. You getting it? So this is how people suffered, and because of this, we're experiencing these beautiful lights today. So comfortable. We complain about we're feeling cold, right? We're feeling so cold. There's no heating system. Oh, we're feeling so hot. There's no 1,000 years or 2,000 years ago, even the kings and the queens, they did not forget about heating system, cooling system. They even did not have the privilege to use these lights, to use the fans. They do not have the, even somebody give me an extra pen if you have a pen. If you have extra pen, just quickly give it to me. Quickly, if you want to. Yamuna, you are so kind. Thank you. Okay, this pen, right? Yamuna, can you tell me what's the cost? Chugi, 10 rupees. I don't think it's 5 rupees. 5 rupees. Let's say 10. So she goes in the middle way. Not 10, not 5, 6 rupees. Middle way. Okay, let's say 10 rupees. 10 rupees. Imagine, let us be very serious. Let's go back in time. 1,000 years ago. Even the kings and the queens, they did not have the opportunity, privilege to use this pen. What is this pen? You can write it. You don't have to soak this tip in the ink. You're getting it? In the olden times, people have used a feather. What do you call it? Quill. Quilt or quill? Quill. Quill the feather. You keep dipping it in the ink, and then you write it. And what you write is totally uneven. But it's so evenly flowing, you don't have to dip in the ink. If this same pen, which is like 10 rupees, If this pen existed 1,000 years ago, this would directly go into their treasure house, treasure store, right? This will become the pride of the whole kingdom. Even the kings and queens, they did not have the privilege to use this pen. Such a beautiful pen, right? They have the whole wealth, the wealth of the whole kingdom, but they don't have the privilege to use this pen. But you have this privilege, right? Are you king, queen? No, we're just ordinary person. How come that you get the privilege of using this? If this pen were to be given to you by your mom, by your dad, commissioned for you, just for you, right? How costly is this going to be like? This is going to be billions of dollars expensive. How? Because it involves plastics. It involves the metal. It involves ink. Plastic came from where? The metals come from where? From the mine ores, from the mines, metal ore, and then the petroleum. So somebody has to take out the petrol first and then send to the processing, the factory, like the mines. Somebody should be there to get the mines. How many people died there? And these ores have to move by the road. A truck should be there. Truck is made of, again, more metals. And you need petroleum to run the truck. And the road should be there. So if you think of just this pen, if your mother is to give this just for you, it's going to be billions of rupees, the dollars, the cost. But you get it for 10 rupees. How come that you get it so cheap? Quick, Kyle. Because that mass production, right? So Kyle is not from the production company. He does not know this word. It's a mass production, right? What do you mean by mass production? Okay, by the way, Kyle, how do you pronounce it? Mass production, mass production? Mass production. Okay, so it's a mass production. What do you mean by mass production? Anyone? Wow, this must be a very technical term. Yes? What? Please explain it. Okay, so thank you. So let's say that, wow, mass production, and then how much the company is earning, the profit. Oh, don't drop it. It's a huge profit. Mass production. You produce so much and then you get a lot of profit. I also like to make I make my own painting. I make my own drum painting and print it 1 million times. Will I run loss or I'll get profit? Anyone? Loss. Why not? I have a mass production. I did mass production. Hey, tell me. Right? You have no experience of startup. Many startup, they come up with a dream, a nice dream. Oh, Mark Zuckerberg, right? And they become billionaires. Also startup. And out of 1,000 startups, 998 crash. You getting it? And 1 or 2 comes up. Out of 999 crash, 1 or 2 just comes up. You're getting it? So why I cannot have mass production? Why not? Ben. Nobody wants my painting. Ben is very smart. Right? He's very kind. He said that nobody wants my painting. Actually saying my painting. Right? Nobody wants my painting. Which means that there should be so many people buying the same product. You're getting it? Yes. It's because of this that this becomes very cheap. Okay, so for me to get this pen, which otherwise would cost my mother $10 billion, right? I'm so lucky that I got it for just 10 rupees, right? What makes me to have this? What makes me to enjoy this pen just for 10 rupees? Because of the mass production and mass customers. Do you know these customers? Do you know these people? You don't know them. These are neutral beings. It's because of the neutral beings that you get the privilege of using this pen just for 10 rupees, which even the kings and the queens 1,000 years ago, they did not have the privilege. And you get the privilege. It's amazing. The food that you get. And keep in mind, if possible, think more. Not just that only there are so many buyers. Because there are so many buyers, mass production becomes possible. Because of mass production, millions of people's hands should get in. And these millions of people, right, are they all billionaires, millionaires? No, they're all very poor people. And these poor people, I said that this plastic comes from factory raw material comes from the petroleum, and all these roads are required. Then the trucks are required for the trucks and roads and so forth. Again, the more petroleum is required, more the mining is required. How many people died just for this pen? Keep this in mind. You get it just for 10 rupees, so cheap. And yet, to get to this pen that you can use it in a luxurious way, because the involvement of thousands of millions, and these people have to be fed. These people have to be fed. And who feed these people? The farmers. Again, the millions of farmers involved. This is known as dependent origination. You're getting it? Do you know these people? We don't know these people. These are not neutral beings. Because of these neutral beings that we get the privilege to use the large scale short-term benefits. You're getting it? And then also, let's say that how many sometimes when you go in the streets, in the market, you see the market so crowded, you feel a little suffocated, you curse the market, right? If I say curse, you may not agree, right? But how many feel a little suffocated to go into very crowded markets with hands? Good, right? And you want what? A very clean market, very clean, nobody's there, right? So you can walk on your own by yourself freely wherever you go. No. If you are by yourself, nobody is in the street, it's very scary to walk in that place. Yes, you agree? Very scary. Anything can happen to you. Anybody can kill you. Anybody can rob you. You're getting it? Because of the crowded, because of the space being very crowded, right? And you can also have the privilege of staring at the person who crosses you, like, right? You stare at this person. You have this privilege. Otherwise, and then, which means that when you have this, as when you get the privilege to even just stare at the person like this, how dare, like, which means that you have no fear of your life. You feel that there's no danger to my life. Nobody can come and strangle me, right? Because you're protected by the crowd. The crowd, they're not there to protect you. But because of their presence, somebody nasty person cannot come and strangle you openly, generally speaking. So this is why you feel so confident in the crowd, right? Okay, just tell me that, say, at the airport or wherever, how do you identify that somebody is a VVIP? Very, very important person. How do you identify that? Right? Nobody told you, but just by seeing, you can feel that this person must be a VVIP. How do you get the sense? Raise hands, quick. Raise hands here. Huh? Okay. So say even if in the say you are not in the queue. You're not in the queue. You are just like a crowd. So how to identify that? Yes, I agree with you. Then in some cases where you have to line in queue, and somebody is just walking past very easily, that must be a very special person. Under normal situation, bodyguards, says somebody with 20, 30 bodyguards there around, and then looking around like this, oh, this person must be a VVIP. Yes, you agree? What do you mean by bodyguard? What do you mean by bodyguard? Quick, somebody. Protector. How many your name? Ruben. Okay, how many agree with Ruben? Bodyguard means to protect your life. Raise hands. Good. How would you feel? Would you be happy with the always bodyguard with you? Huh? No, why not? Because your life is protected. It's good. you will not have the freedom. You're gonna you go into the what is that restroom? Even the bodyguard can come with you, right? You don't have the freedom, right? So outside people may feel that, wow, this is amazing, very lucky. It's not lucky, you are lucky that you can go to your loo free. You go to your room free, it's very easy, right? You can have a privacy. And then you also have the bodyguard. In the crowd, you don't have to fear the loss of your life because of the people around you. These people around you, they are your bodyguards, yes. Hey, what makes you feel so comfortable that there's no threat to your life? Because of the people around you, right? They are your bodyguards. Here you are very free, right? You feel so comfortable. Nobody will come to kill me because of the people around you. You're getting it? So keep in mind that this is what is happening. This is known as and then these bodyguards of the VVIP, these VVIP, they have to pay these bodyguards, and your bodyguards is for free. Hey, don't take it just as a joke. It's reality. Your bodyguards for free. Did you pay your bodyguards? The people in the crowd, did you pay? Thank you so much for protecting my life. Did you pay? You did not pay. It's for free. And your bodyguards, they are very sensible. When you need privacy, they will give you privacy. They will not come to the loo. Right? They will not come to your house. The moment you want privacy, they will live on their own. And you don't even feed them. They'll feed by themselves. You don't have to pay them. It's amazing. Do you know these people? You don't know these people. These are the neutral beings. Neutral beings, they provide you with all these protections. You're getting it? Or these are the protection which even your mother cannot give. At the most, mother can come with you, right? With you, but you're only two, right? Two means anybody can kill you very easily. But in the crowd, without a mother, all these people are your bodyguards. And your mother, if she used to pay all these bodyguards, she cannot really pay this much. So therefore, these are the benefits that we get from the neutral beings. It's amazing. If you seriously think about this, one time, I was talking about this in the class, that sometimes you feel so suffocated to go into a crowded train and the metro. In Russia, what do you call metro? Okay. In America, what do you call? Florida, what do you call? Subway. In India, we call metro. In Singapore, MRT, right? MRT. Okay. So when you go there, sometimes you feel very suffocated to see this big crowded. How many of you felt that? Raise hands sometimes. Very crowded. I don't want this crowd. Okay. And then I said that the fact that in this crowd that you feel protected, you don't fear over your life that somebody's going to be a threat to your life because of these people there. And then they say, you may feel that it's so suffocating. I just wish that the crowd is much less so that it'll be very calm, nice. But this is illusion. Because when you're by yourself in the whole one compartment of the train, it's very scary, very scary. If you did not experience this, I don't know whether to try it. Don't try it, right? One time, I was very young. I must be age what? I must be aged, I think about 16 or 17, right? 17, going to South India by train, and then me and 8 other boys and girls were there. And then it was my first time on the train, long journey, I don't know. 3 nights and 4 days. It's just from North to South India, right? 3 nights and 4 days. And no experience. Somehow, suddenly, the whole compartment was, the train was not moving at all. And the compartment was just thrown at the end of the train station. And we were just even the 8 people, they are split into 2 different compartments. And our compartment, there are only about 4. And the rest of the people, they are nowhere to be found. All the passengers disappeared. Only for us, what happened? Where is anybody can come? Just look at everywhere. Anybody can come and kill you. Right? Very scary, very scary. So I shared this in the class, and during the break time, there was some girl. And who said, Geshe-la, what you said really happened to me. The girl said, what happened? Said that when I travel, usually when I get the normal tickets, the compartment is so crowded, I feel so suffocated with the crowd. Oh, no more the crowd, no more. Now I will buy a special ticket. Special ticket where I will be in the AC, air conditioner, the what we call it bogie or compartment, air conditioner compartment. It so happened that that day, she was the only person in that compartment. It was AC and nobody there, no suffocation, no crowd. She felt extremely scared. Anything can happen at any time. And the train is freely moving from one place to another. Anybody can get into it anytime and anything. She was so scared. Then she said that henceforth, the crowd is so kind. The crowd is so kind. Then she gave up the idea of buying special ticket to run away from the crowd. Okay, these are the realities. So who are these people who give you these protections? Neutral people. Do you know them? We don't know them. These are the neutral peoples, and neutral people, because of which that you get this massive, large-scale, short-term benefit. Okay, now you see that which is more, which benefit is greater for you? Small-scale short-term benefit or large-scale short-term benefit? Which is more beneficial for you? Tell me. Which is more difficult to get it? The large-scale, the short-term benefit. These are given to you only by the neutral beings, not by the near and dear ones. So therefore, if you feel this, your mind will move very strongly towards the neutral beings, which is your mind will feel so close towards the neutral beings. Your affection will be built up with the neutral beings. What is left now? What is left? Long-term benefit, and what is left? Difficult people, right? Okay, that we'll leave in the next session. Tirtha Om Gate Gate Paragate Parasam Gate Bodhisvatyata Om Gate Gate Paragate Parasam Gate Bodhisvatyata Om Gate Gate Paragate Parasam Gate Bodhisvaha. 3 prostrations.